Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those who watch this video. Hope you enjoy it. Also appreciate those who subscribe. Thank you very much. Today we talk about Japanese drama, I guess from year 2000, around that time period. Okay, so I'm going to try to pronounce this title. I'm going to really butcher it. Sorry, especially for Japanese. Sorry. So when we talk about Yamato nadeshiko, I think that's what it is. I don't know. But you know what it is from the title, right? Anyways, let's talk about this. So basically this is about a gold digger. She's a airline stewardess. And she likes to go to mixers. She tries to find herself a wealthy man who's very rich because she was raised very poor. So the only thing she cares about is if they have a lot of money. She has a fiance, but she keeps on going to these mixers. Hopefully everybody knows what a mixer is, right? And she goes to these mixers to find somebody who's richer than her fiance. And her goal is really to find somebody who owns a racehorse. Because in her opinion, those who own racehorses are the richest men that you possibly can have. Well, unfortunately for her, she runs into a guy who has a mathematician who kind of dropped out of college to do his father's business, which is a fish shop. You know, he sells fishes. I'm trying to think what the right word is for fishes, but anyways, he owns a fish shop, a fish store, and she meets him at a mixer. And the only reason he catches her eye because he's wearing a pin that says he owns horses, which is actually one of his clients' pins. For some reason, he was wearing it at that time. So she thinks he's this really wealthy guy. So for the first episode or two, this is like a series, she's dating him. They're going on dates and stuff, and then she finds out. And then, of course, because she finds out he just not a rich guy, but he runs a fish shop, you know, that doesn't really make that much money. He's basically poor. She kind of disses him, makes fun of him for most of the series. Even though he helps her out, they have a lot of interactions with each other. And she kind of likes him, but the only problem is he's not rich, he's poor. So she's pretty much rude to him throughout the whole show, which is kind of common, I find, in these especially Asian movies, shows, especially back in that time period. It's really bad with the Korean and the Chinese dramas are really bad, where it's usually the man who's rich and then they find this girl who's like poor, but they're working for him in their big company. Anyways, the man always mistreats the girl like throughout the whole TV series, and then he eventually, about midway through, he falls for her, and then he starts to treat her nicely. By that time, she leaves him and she's somewhere else, but then events come back around and they get back together. But for the good first half of the series, I should say, not the whole series, but first half of the series, the guy's treating the girl like crap. Well, this is kind of vice versa in Japan. Japanese movies are a little more softer on those kind of storylines from what I've watched, especially in that time period. I don't really know about now, where the guys don't really seem to mistreat the female leads that much. But in this one, the female leads is downright nasty to this guy for most of it, takes advantage of him constantly. And she is a hardcore gold digger who cares nothing about money. So it's kind of hard to put myself in our male lead's shoes to understand why he's so crazy about this girl. I mean, at first he liked her because he looked like her. She resembled his ex-girlfriend, fiance, who were deeply loved. And then, once he realized that it wasn't her, he still likes her. But it's kind of hard to understand why he kept having feelings for her, especially when we have our second female lead, who's very nice, very pretty as well. And she actually cares for him, respects him, doesn't mind that he's this fish. He runs a fish shop. She actually helps him take care of her customers and stuff like that, while she's also got her other job. Like, she has a day off. She's like a stewardess as well on these same airlines as our female lead. On her days off, she's at his shop helping him out, caring for him. Maybe that's the reason I don't like her, because she's too easy that way. I don't know. But I guess she did make one fatal flaw, which is when he started showing interest in becoming a mathematician again. She didn't support him and making that decision, and that's something everybody to do. So I guess that would be like one big strike. But otherwise, it's kind of hard why he was so hardcore, head over heels for a girl who not only treated him, but like his friends and everybody so poorly. And it was always, she was just a plain gold digger. But I guess it kind of related to her. This is only 11 episodes long. Recommend this with caution. It's for us American people. It does have like the music and stuff. It's kind of like, it felt like a 90s-ish mood show in some sense. Like I said, it is 2000, so I guess that would be why. Obviously, because 1999, 2000 is only 12 months apart. Anyways, enough about that. But so it does feel kind of dated, like the music and the filmography and like the quality of the picture feels kind of dated. And then the storyline would say it's not very much charm to our female lead. She there once in a while she has her shining moments. Don't get me wrong, but it's like somebody kicking your dog the whole time, and then once every 2 or 3 months they give your dog a bone type of thing. It's how it feels like. She's nasty the whole time, and then for a span of 2 or 3 minutes in each episode, she has a good act that she does. But at the end, I stuck through it. I fought through it for 11 episodes, and at the end, I thought, well, I was somewhat satisfying at the end. Personally, spoiler alert here, I would have had him marry the second female lead, and then the female lead would have been lonely because, of course, her fiance finds out that she's a gold digger, and she left him at the altar. So it kind of be like the moral of the story is, but I guess the moral of this story is forgiveness and treat those who treat you very good poorly, because he kind of does ignore the female lead a lot. But he also nice to her, so I can see why she likes him. But she knows throughout the whole series that he kind of has the hots for our female lead. Like overall, recommend this caution. There's better Japanese shows out there. It's not terrible, like terrible, but it's not. If you've never seen a Japanese show before, it's not worth watching. If you've seen a bunch of Japanese shows before, it's worth giving a try. We'll leave it at that. Hopefully, you got something out of this review. You enjoyed it. I do like Japanese dramas, though. To me, like, they're the most original writers out there. This one's like your traditional one, but the Japanese are definitely got a lot of shows where they think outside the box. I mean, which makes them interesting and funny, and kind of draws me into them, because a lot of times when I'm watching a Japanese show, I know it's not going to be something I've seen before. Most of the time, unfortunately, this wasn't one of those times. Anyways, enough about this show. It's probably 8.5 minutes too long, this review. Have a great day. Bye.